here with senior receiver Kendrick Price. Kendrick, you've had a pretty incredible journey to get here to this spring season. But let's start with the current first of all. Obviously, with ice, with pandemic, with all these things, with the season opener being rescheduled, what is it like? What is it like to be a football player that okay, you think you're going to play on February 20th, and now it's been pushed back 2 weeks? How have y'all handled that?
I just think the circumstances we've had to go through just, it kind of tests your love for the game, because stuff hasn't been easy, like you said, from COVID, and then it's hurricanes and bad weather, and it's ice, and, power outages and stuff. It just really emphasizes having to find a way, and that's something Coach Laird always preaches to us. And some weeks might not be easy. We might not be able to be on the field every day, but the reps we do get, we have to make the most of them, and it just shows that we have to, make sure that we know what we have to do. And no matter what happens with our schedule, our goal is still the same. So, it's just overcoming adversity, that's something this team does well.
You've been in this program, you've worked through those ranks to get on the field. That 2019 season, you were certainly a very key part, and then you got that chance to start at the end of the year. What was that like, coming in this program, working several years, being able to get on the field and earn that starting spot by the end of the 2019 season?
It's a great feeling. That's a goal that everyone has, to come in and, be of use and make an impact on the team, and I graduated high school in 2016. I had to sit behind some really good guys and learn, and just working with Coach Slaughter over the years and just becoming a better football player. And now it's to the point where, mentally and physically I've matured enough to the point where I can actually make a significant, impact on the team. And it's just a good feeling because, who doesn't want that, to be successful and to, inspire other guys and stuff like that. So, looking back, it's a great feeling being able to say I've come this far. So,
what were you able to improve or to do technically as a receiver? An outside guy, you led the team in yards per catch. You've proven yourself to be a big play guy. What were you able to do on the field that helped you develop into that role?
I think I've always been told this since I was a little kid. My dad always told me football is 90% mental and 10% physical. And that's probably one of the most truest things about the game. It is really mental, and being a kid, and the term they use is having bullets flying, and having stuff happen. It's sometimes hard to buckle down and get a grip on what's going on. But like I said, the older you get and the more you mature, the game starts to slow down. I start to see things differently. It's just a good feeling, being able to perform and being a guy that guys can count on. It's a great feeling. So it's a cool deal.
You transformed, or you emerged as a starting receiver at the end of the 2019 season. Fast forward to spring 2020 and first practice, ACL.
Mm-hmm.
What goes through your mind knowing how hard you had to work to get into that position and to have an injury like that first day of spring practice in 2020?
It's something that's very unfortunate, but the way I think about things, my mindset, I never let it defeat me. I never thought at any point that I was done playing football. I never let it be something that was going to break me, and I had a lot of guys around me encouraging me, that had also gone through the injury. So it was something that definitely did set me back, but, in retrospect, it reinforced a lot of my work ethic, a lot of things I probably took for granted initially, showing that this could be going any second, and now I actually have to work to get these things back, things that I just had naturally already. It's humbling, so looking back, I'm glad that it happened, because it made me who I am today and made me the player and the person that I am today. So I don't regret it not one bit.
Of course, everybody wanted to play football in the fall. The likelihood of you being able to play this past fall was probably pretty slim with an ACL. To have this opportunity in the spring, a 6-game season, conference games, a chance to get out competitively on the field and not have to wait all the way to 2021 fall. What is that opportunity like?
It's a blessing. It's one of those things where, I had the injury last spring and I was planning on being able to make it by the fall. But then when that time came around and the season got canceled, I kind of looked at it like, maybe I wasn't, going to be ready to play. And, now that I think about it, it actually is a really good thing. And then, we're a week away from game day, and then we have a whole nother season in the fall. So like I said, in hindsight, I'm glad that everything turned out the way that it did, and it worked out pretty well.
That extra time, how much more comfortable do you feel on the leg, just getting back into shape? Like, how do you feel now?
Yeah, I feel really good as opposed to, I feel like last fall it would have been more of a struggle, and like I said, it's a blessing getting that time, and just like I said, having other guys around where you can learn from. You just have more time to get your legs underneath you, quite literally, so it's a great thing, and I'm making the most of it.
You've got a guy in the receivers room that went through sort of the same thing. Gavin Landry had an ACL injury in October of 2019. He's worked his way back too. I know the timetable was different. There's probably 6 months between the injuries, but to have somebody in the room that's going through a similar thing, does that help?
Most definitely it does. Just there's certain things you can't, be taught by, a doctor or looking stuff up. There has to be somebody that actually went through it, and actually, can empathize with your pain and, give good advice. And that's something I'll never take for granted, being able to pull guys like Gavin or even Gino to the side, talk to them about things and, them telling me what they did when days were tough. It's a blessing, and I'm grateful for it.
And then, we talked about your emergence as a receiver. To get that number one jersey, just as much about off the field as on the field, you got the number one jersey this spring. What did that mean to you, and what did you have to do off the field to be part of that too?
Like I said, it's been a long road where I've come. It's just great to look back and see things unfold the way that they did because guys like Bobby Chan, Jazz Ferguson, Quan Shorts, all guys that I looked up to. Big brothers to me. And to have them hitting me up personally, like, hey, I heard you getting the one. Like, are you about to do it? Like, I want you to get in it. It's a good feeling because I feel like I'm, carrying on something or trying to uphold a standard that they set, And like I said, they're guys that are really close to me, so I take it, to heart to, make those guys proud. And something even Coach Slaughter, like wanted me to get in the one. So, I just feel like there's a lot of people that, think highly enough of me to want me to do that. So, it's a great thing.
Kendrick Price, thank you very much.
Thank you.